Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 19 of Civilization 5 as Rome. In between the last couple of videos I've had a bit of a thought and a bit of a change of plan. It's been my plan for a while now to go to war with somebody, probably the Incans, mainly to try and, one, get Palenque because it's a fairly decent city, and secondly give me a way to attack Japan from two sides. But the last time we actually saw the size of the armies, Brazil was one of the smallest armies, which would make sense. He's not usually an aggressive civilization and he's been spending most of his production and time building wonders. To that end, he has a lot of wonders and he's also very high up in the score. In fact, he's actually at the top. So maybe what I want to do is actually go ahead and declare war on Brazil, especially because I thought he was actually going to attack me over here as well, which was a little bit worrying. Now, I'm not going to do it just yet. At the very least, I'd like to try and get the artillery first, and we'll declare war on him, and we'll take this city out, because I don't want him to have loads of units over here that are going to cause a problem to me. Now, the main reason why I haven't been declaring war or doing anything against Brazil is because I wanted to try and get declarations of friendship with him, and he has been friendly since the start of the game. But the AI doesn't seem too bothered about declarations of friendship anymore, which means it's going to be very, very difficult for me to get research agreements. So, as a result, we are going to, most likely, go to war. So, one other thing that I do need to do, if I can find them, is I need to go ahead and find my scout, because I'd like to try and have a look around and actually see how we can get to that piece of land that he's on. We're also going to need some boats because eventually we will need to actually get over there and do something. Oh look, another little Japanese city down here right off the coast of Rome. That's annoying. 1, 2, 3. Well, that is out of range, but still a very annoying place to go ahead and put your city. Let's go ahead and just try and find that scout. There he is. Currently embarked. Can we see him, please? There he is. So what I'd like you to do is actually start heading over here. We want to see how we can get to Brazil. That's the plan here. And we have this missionary. You were going to go down there. We'll leave you there for this turn, because we don't want to waste all of your movement. We will have to cross a river anyway, so that's where the movement's going, I suppose. Never mind, you'll take some attrition. We'll be able to sort that out. Military science will be done in a couple of turns, though. I might actually just go back to spying on Brazil again, try and get some technologies out of them. It's probably the sensible thing to do. So we've got a great scientist. Let's see what we've got here. What was that? That was gold to Pedro, whales from Elizabeth, gold to Elizabeth, wine to Pedro. So we were selling wine to Pedro. Doesn't look like he wants that anymore. Elizabeth still has whales. I guess if we want those, we're just going to have to pay for them straight up because she doesn't want any of our resources, so that is fine. Let's sort this guy out first. Yeah, we'll move you in there and then pop you on the next turn. So, we've got a great scientist. And you're not actually in the city I expected you to be in. Now, I did say that I wasn't going to create another academy, but it might actually be worthwhile doing so. So I didn't expect to get another great scientist this early on. We've got a great writer, we can create a great work, so we'll definitely go ahead and do that. Now, what have we got here? You were going to create a farm because you're next to fresh water on a plain. So let's carry on pushing forwards. Definitely need to start getting some ships out because we will need to get over. You now want to buy wine from us. How about you give me a decent amount of gold for it then? Well, I'm not selling it for 4 gold. There we go, 6. I can live with 6. Research agreement between the Mayans and Japan. Hardly surprising, they have the same ideology. So yeah, we need to try and work out a way in which we can easily get over to Rio. Because it isn't coastal, so we are going to have to land troops over there if we want to be able to take it. So all the more reason why we need to make sure that we have... all the more reason why we need to make sure that we've got boats to protect our troops. So I think that's a good tile there for a academy. So let's go ahead and do that. We've just grown in size in Rome as well, so that makes it ideal. So we can go ahead and make sure that we put somebody in there. So we're still going to grow. Oxford University in 3 turns. Now we get a free tech when we get Oxford University. So we might just use it to buy electricity. So we'll carry on working on dynamite. After dynamite we will go into rifling, then steam power, and we'll just buy electricity with the... have we already got some? So we've already got some production in there. Maybe we'll just buy biology then. I think we'll buy biology. So we'll go. We're working on dynamite. We'll go dynamite into rifling, into electricity, into steam power, and we'll buy biology because we'll want the oil in order to get flight, which we'll then get after all of that. That should be how it works anyway. Okay, spread religion. That should be enough. Okay, that's good. On to the next turn here then. See, the thing is, if we actually go and start spying on Brazil after we've said we won't, we'll actually get the backstabber penalty with everybody. Though I'm sure it should have expired by now. It seems like it was a long time ago when I stole from them. And we're going to be going to war with him at some point anyway. So I think we should do that. Let's just have a quick look at our spies and see where they are. We'll leave them both for the 11 turns anyway. Let them get those elections rigged. There's no point moving them now when they're halfway through a job. So we've got a caravan here. You were going to Belo Horizonte. Well, we don't really want to be doing that anymore. We could go ahead and... I like how we'd be putting out the wrong kind of... Oh no, we'd be gaining some religious pressure from other cities, which we don't really want to do here. We could go ahead and force some food or some production down to our other cities. I guess we could put some production down to Karakoram and use that to build some ships. Let's go ahead and do that. We're not making much money from these land routes, so we might as well use them for food or production. So 9 turns away from getting artillery. I think once we've got the artillery, we can take out Belo Horizonte. What we'll also try and do as well is make sure they're at war with somebody else. I just don't want to have to worry about protecting my little island from Brazil once we go to war with them. Siam stole metallurgy, so we'll also think about putting a defensive spy in our capital as well. So Antium has grown. You are now working this tile here. That's not too bad actually. You are still going to grow in a relatively decent amount of time. We will also need to get a public school queued up here as well. We've got a fair bit of money. I'm going to save it though because I need it to upgrade my artillery. So let's get you over here. Let's start doing what we should do with scouts. We have ran into... That's got to be Brazil's borders. So Brazil have got some stuff up here, but this is what you're there for. Citrus, ivory. Well, apparently you don't have citrus anymore, so... England does, though. Would you be willing to trade citrus for ivory? Yes, you will. Okay, that's fine. That works. On to the next turn again. So I'm just trying to be sort of dynamic and be a little bit adaptive with this campaign. Because I feel that attacking the Mayans straight away probably isn't the best idea. Brazil, if anyone's likely to win this game, it's probably likely to be Brazil. They're very, very good at getting a culture victory. So if I have the opportunity to take Brazil out, that is what I should do. Right, we can choose a free tech. So I actually said I wanted to go ahead and grab biology, which I can't grab because we haven't completed archaeology. So let's go ahead and get electricity. That's our free tech. That will potentially unlock aluminium, although we haven't found any anywhere, which is a little bit of a pain. So let's rejig this now. We do still want to go into biology, probably before flight. So dynamite into rifling, into archaeology, steam power, biology, flight. I'm holding the wrong button, that is why it's not working. Dynamite, rifling, archaeology, steam power, biology, flight. There we go. It's more like what I was looking for. Choose a production. Well, we've finished the Oxford University. Are there any other wonders that we can build that we'd like to build? A free Great General. Extra land units, water units, and air units. We could do, but I don't think we really need it. Let's go ahead and get a police station queued up here, and then after that we will grab a factory. We definitely want the police station here, simply because we're already having issues with stuff being stolen from us. You guys are going to try and find the main land where Brazil's capital is. We need to work out how we're going to get to Rio. That's what we want to take. So, England's still being attacked by Japan. Ideology adopted. Brazil has adopted freedom. See, we could go... well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It probably makes more sense to go for freedom, because Rio has a lot of culture output at this point. Here we go. They've also got the Great Wall, which is a little bit of a pain. When I say a little bit of a pain, it's a colossal pain. We're very much hoping that they discover dynamite, or have discovered dynamite. So this is Karakoram. The public school has finished. Let's go ahead and make sure we get a... There's a lot of stuff here that we're missing, to be honest. We definitely like to try and get an amphitheatre up and running. It's not massively important, but getting extra culture is always good. We'd also like to get a Colosseum, but again, we're not short on happiness right now, so we won't prioritise that. We do want to get a seaport, though. So let's start working on a seaport. You've moved as much as you can on this turn. And that's right, we've been working on a couple of trading posts. I guess we could go and get some mines up here. No reason why not to. We'll also get a little bit of extra production for clearing the forests as well. So 17 turns, we'll get a great musician. And we do have 3 academies, so they are going to be helping. We're getting a decent amount of science from those. We will get... Do we want a lumber mill for the +2 production? Or do we want a mine for +3 production? And we'll get... Yeah, we'll get the mine. One thing I do want to do, just have a quick look at the trade routes and have a look at a Brazilian trade route just to check out the science there. So he's discovered 2 technologies that I don't know. And we've discovered 2 technologies that he doesn't know. So we're on about equal footing in terms of science at the moment. So maybe we are doing quite well. So we're just using this scout at the moment to try and uncover the borders and work out how we're going to get over there. Looks like you've finished with that farm there. There's another good farm that we can get. No aluminium again. We didn't get coal. I mean, we have got some coal, but is there any aluminium anywhere near us at all? Because we could really do with aluminium, because we want to be able to build rocket artillery at some point. And just looking around... I can't actually see any. None on this little island, that's for certain. Some up here, Japan's got some, but that's going to be a little problematic. You finished that, that is all good stuff. Is there anything else up here that you probably want to upgrade? Guess another mine or 2 wouldn't hurt. Are we working this? No, we are not. So what are we working? We are working the Writers Guild. Do we necessarily want to keep working the Writers Guild? And we could put you in some far more useful tiles. I don't think we necessarily need the 3 food and 1 gold when we could just put you in a 4 food tile. That'd be 5 turns until growth. Any other terrible tiles that we're working? I guess we could drop some... We're making a decent amount of gold. We could drop that tile and put you in a straight up 4 food tile. 5 turns to growth. 4 turns for growth. Yeah, it's probably not really worth it. We'll leave you there. I think that'll be fine. We've also got a few more happiness buildings already being worked on, so we don't need to worry too much about rushing out colosseums and things like that. So 5 turns until dynamite is done. But yeah, we definitely need to try and uncover all the land where Brazil are, because we need to be able to see what they're up to.
Would you be interested in a trade agreement with England?
Do I have spare wine? I have spare wine. If you have spare pearls, we will trade them. So yeah, happiness is generally good. Looks like Pedro's actually settled another city down here. Dies from Pedro ended. Dies an ivory. See, we don't have the option to do that again. Well, he says he has spare dies, and I have spare ivory. I wonder if my mod's broken and it isn't showing that for some reason. Because it wasn't showing it on the list, even though he had what I wanted. That's strange. Okay, so let's carry on exploring. I wonder if Rio's on like a little island. There doesn't seem to be a lot around it. Cargo ship, you were previously going to London. We'll carry on doing that because that's definitely the highest gold. Making some decent money here. We could definitely go ahead now and just purchase a frigate straight up, I think. So let's just go ahead and purchase a frigate here. And we want to give you targeting against naval units for the time being. Just because I want some ships to be able to protect my melee units when we embark them. And I also need to be able to attack some cities from the sea, if at all possible. Now, the easiest way to get to Brazil is probably going to be heading east, going out in this direction, which is what we'll do. We may want to take out these cities as we go. So, we'll definitely have to keep that in mind. Now, as much as I hope Brazil doesn't actually have any artillery, I also hope that they do have dynamite, because that Great Wall is just going to be a complete pain. You were sending food to Kume. I think you can just carry on doing that, actually. We could do with some more cargo ships, but that is fine. Let's use you for a little bit of exploration. Just while we've got you here. We'll have another one on the next turn as well. And then at least we'll have a few units in a position set up ready to go to war with Brazil. You want to go to war with Elizabeth. You didn't want to do that when I tried to bribe you to do it. So why should I do it now? 3 turns for the artillery. Quite a lot of little city-states up here on this island. Might be nice if we could actually get some of these friendly with us. Particularly like Genoa up here. Genoa actually want my religion. So we could get Genoa on board. Kaisel want a trade route. Well, these are allied with the Mayans. 118 influence. We need a lot of influence to flip those over. I'm not sure they're going to be all that useful against Brazil, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's go with targeting 2 on you as well. And we'll just basically go all the way around the outside edge as far as we can. We've found another city-state. Good stuff. We've got ourselves another frigate, which we will use to explore this direction a little bit. And then we'll move everything over here so we've got something that we can use against Brazil. You see, the good thing is Brazil might actually try and send units towards me to attack me. And that's good, because maybe I can just sink them all on the way over. If we get enough frigates, we can possibly do that. So on to the next turn again. Getting ever closer to getting our artillery. Now, we only have 2 cannons at the moment that we can upgrade. So we're probably going to need to build some more. We don't need open borders. I guess we could wait for Beshbalik we could probably integrate now. We have the happiness. And it's a relatively decent city. It's certainly not terrible. Let's go ahead and do that while we think about it. So let's go down to Beshbalik. We want to annex this city. So we get a bit of unhappiness here. We want to put it on to production focus. We definitely want to work all of the big food tiles to help it grow. Food and... Right, let's unlock everything. Okay. 4 food, 4 food, 4 food and 2 production, definitely. 4 food, 3 and 3, 3 and 2, 3 and 3. We can get these 2 very production heavy, I suppose. Be really good for us. We'll finish the walls, then we want to get a courthouse. After the courthouse, we'll probably want the monument, shrine, get a university up and running. That's probably enough things queued up there. So we'll just have a little look around here. We're trying to just make sure that Brazil don't have a load of privateers or frigates and stuff in the area. They do not, which is really good for us. It would be nice if this guy had a slightly better vision. Brazil's borders have really expanded, making it difficult to see anything. Got another farm over there, so let's go ahead and do that. You can stay there for the time being. Right, we are one turn away from dynamite. Got a little bit of extra production there for Rome because we cleared that forest to build the mine. Means we should have a free worker. Now, they do have a few units in there, but I don't think that's going to be able to save Belo Horizonte. Right, how many turns have passed since we... There's dynamite. How many turns have passed... 2 more turns, because what I want to do is get a spy into Brazil, because at least having a spy in Brazil will give me a better idea of what they're up to. So, Cume has grown in terms of population. You're working a production tile, which isn't a terrible thing. We'll leave you there. You're still getting a fairly decent amount of food. You guys are going to go ahead and build a farm. You are going to stay there. I think you can move one in. Right, they have got a worker down there, but that's not a threat at all. You can stay there. And we can go ahead now and upgrade these. How much is it going to cost us? 205 gold. We can afford to do that with both of them. And then we need to start moving them forward to the front line. But that is all I have time for. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying Civilization 5. I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.